Okay, so hello. See how I dyed my hair, my beard purple? Look at it. Yeah, that's the great thing about a beard. You can just shave it, right? So I kind of think I'm kind of like a little. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple things because there's a lot going on. First, but I wanted to comment on this. First, it's just a tarot reader I follow, and you said, "Dad, you follow a tarot reader," but no, this is a guy that's anyway. I don't follow him like he's anyway. I'm always trying to. I'm always not trying. I am always sensing what's in the spirit. And he goes, "You're a force they can't contain. Couldn't do anything for you. So the spirit is releasing the two connections." And here's what they say. These talk about spirit. They talk about spirit. They're talking about they're under levels. Okay, and this spirit that couldn't do anything and can't contain me is basically the church, the Catholic Church. See, I've been followed since I was a child because of my DNA, and unbeknownst to me, there's a high possibility, that I might end up being the return of Jesus Christ. And before y'all get all crazy on me and say, "Dang, everybody didn't Jesus say no?" And everyone's gonna say that here's out there, is out there. But the difference is I actually have. I spent 20 years arguing with the Bible about this, but it is solid as gravity. I mean, it is solid as gravity if you look at what Jesus said the sign of his coming is, save me on or come by and say Uranus, come in the clouds, and you say that I would go up in, Anyway, it was the same as Dietrich, which is, the idea of the person in the office of Elohim is the high Adam. And it starts going back to it starts uncovering things and what the Catholic Church wanted to do, because I am the return of Jesus Christ. And let me just be honest, Christians. Okay. Your whatever in Jesus' name only counts and only works for you up until the point that Jesus returns. And if you don't do what Jesus says, or the person that comes in that office and does that ID and treat him as he should have been treated, as the God of Israel, not hey, wahe. See, this is why there's there's a little bit of a separation between Jews and Christian. But what the Catholic churches wanted to do is they thought they would keep me, like pecans, and this is why I have kidney disease. They try to keep me down, pressing, give me to poisoning damn straight. And you know it, I know it. Right. Masons, U.S. government, U.S. military, even. Quite disgusting. If people only knew. Anyway, so spirits can't do anything early. No, that spirit is just a little freaking underling, dude. He thought he was going to keep me down, keep me whatever, a little Catholic POS. And then, Rubio, where's we got to be patient. This is what I told you. Catholics are the problem here. The Lord said, but anyway, I decided last night about 3 a.m. Like, what? I just made a prayer. I said, help Donald Trump. Anyway, I see what's going on. And you know what? Here's the deal. The Lord doesn't have any whatever with me. I don't have to conform to your version of Christianity of the return of the Moshiach. And what you want to do is do like the pecan tree farmers and graft in a tree on like on a big stump, and then get it growing, and then end up cutting off the other tree completely, overtaking it. That is what Catholicism is trying to do. That's not being grafted in. That's not going to be able to give you 12 kinds of trees either, baby. 12 kinds of fruit. But so this replacement, doctrine ideology is wrong on so many levels. But however, it won't stand. It won't. It's Babylon. It's just gonna be. It gets destroyed every damn time. It just but all they had, all they had to do was just pay me money and leave me alone because they thought I was going to really change in this Christianity and rework. No, dude. No, I study it and I know the hell. I know it backwards and forwards. And I know I got to see what I need to know. And what I do know is all the lies and the this is that and that and little details like even like little text markings and Maserati jots and tills, baby. But the main thing I wanted to talk about was Judaism, the inner court, the seed, right? The fruit, the meat around it, that's Judaism, that's the inner court. Right? That's the Torah in its Masoretic text form, right? And that you can dig down into, and it's really pithy. It's pithy and honey to the mouth. It's amazing. But it has a thick skin. And so it's supposed to, right? That's Christianity. It's not. It's not to cover up or like the outer courts to watchers on the wall. Let me put it that way. And anyway, it was sort of. But how can I put this? Well, it's a perfect design to have Judaism and Christianity, or just the way the world has been developing. Let's face it, we've got a bunch of a planet of animals. Like we are animals. This right here is an animal body. And they try to control me and this all with the pecans. And do some pecans, we're gonna crack some nuts. No. It ain't gonna be. I ain't gonna be a party to that. I'm not gonna be party to people's dishonesty and on either side. I'm just not. Now I have the son of Yitri, which is both in the in Bereshit, it's in all the Torah and the Tanakh and the prophets and the writings. The palace in the clouds, his powers in the clouds. He rides on the clouds, and it's how this energy field, the energy from. Anyway, I'm like, if I had a whatever marker whiteboard, I would draw pictures, but I don't. Oh, every time I go to church, they used to have whiteboards in there, and they take them out, and I'm like, dude, what's wrong with y'all? Whiteboards. Dude, I think people should write on whiteboards when they teach. You're not writing on a whiteboard when you teach, then I have to say that you're probably not a very good teacher at all. You're not showing concepts and relationships, drawings with drawings. No, I'm just saying your brain don't work right to be relaying information. Just anyway, so look, yeah, that's that. The problem with the brand stuff and stuff, it would have been solved already, but no, Donald Trump's got Rubio and Vance, two Catholics. Look, a person that wants to be patient with evil is an evil person. Period. End of discussion. ShePhaT ruled. Will not ever be getting my vote. But he wasn't going to get it anyway. Anyway, so that's that. So my beard's got dyed purple, which, I'm accustomed to it. And I think that after, because, this is only, what, a month, 2 months and a half growth, so a couple months, then maybe I could do the cayenne, do like. Oh, that'd be great for summer. We're now in Galveston. I could go down to the beach and be King Neptune. All right. Well, y'all have a blessed evening, Memorial Day. And, listen, let the Lord empower and give Donald Trump some help. Yeah, if not giving the same person a sense of respect for themselves, and that's what these damn Iranians want. What are they? Need to totally. I mean, you don't need to. I'm not going to tell anybody or anything in this but here's what Dale did. I would have already bombed them. I mean, bridge and power plant day. And I would have been 10 times worse than Donald Trump ever thought he could be. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. They would be so humiliated and just decimated and just. They'd be a byword for hundreds of years going past. Like, Jesus Christ. Wow. It would have been, don't. I mean what I say. I mean exactly what I say, and I don't give people. I wouldn't have given the mercy of. No. I've changed my mind. I'm going to give them a few more days. Ain't never gonna happen, buddy. Never. I told you one time, and that's all you're getting. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if anybody believes me or accepts me or what as the return of Jesus. I am. Okay, I have. And you're responsible for getting the Bible, whatever, and the Catholic Church can shove it up their butts. No, you're not. You're not grafted in. You're not going to be grafted in, and you ain't going to cut off thing. You Babylonian, adulterous, murderous, home wrecking, just people. You're disgusting. What you have done to me over these 40. You're just disgusting, vile, and evil. But here's the thing. Unlike people that get radicalized and do evil stuff and this and that and go, dude, that ain't my way. If I am Jesus Christ, and I am, in the office of Elohim, and we work Bereshit Bar Elohim off it with F-Hashemayim, F-Haaretz, then it works in the inside of molecules from the quantum realm. The quantum realm and angels, and God doesn't do it. God, which I don't need, Elohim, not with it too. If it doesn't happen in the quantum realm, I don't mean by frequency all that stupid frequency weapons. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just mean God doesn't. Think God will do it. It's God's problem. And I'm at the point where it's like, well, these people have really been trying to push me to do things, and they've been trying hard pressure. I mean, like really, like we're gonna kill them. Like seriously, trying to kill me. And many times I've been like on my last breath. Let me look you in the eye. I told Let me look you in the eye. I was on my last breath, and guess what? I'll take you. Let's go, Lord. Come on. I mean, the Lord ain't gonna. I can't. It's hey, but no. In spirit, that I did every one of those SPOSs in the spirit, not some physical whatever nutty. If you have to go out and protest and do all that kind of stuff, like oh, no King's rally, Donald Trump, you're a you're a fool. That's not God. That's not. Come on, man. So anyway, y'all have a great evening. Talk to you later.